Yeah. Okay, so I have this idea for an island I'd like to build. It'd be, I don't know what shape you call it, but it'd be like sort of rings of very thin, sort of like dotted islands around a giant circle. Here, I'm gonna show you my. Also, I'm gonna be drawing in my notebook instead of, say, my tablet, which is how I made my channel logo. Yeah. Sorry, it's kind of slipping. But yeah, there'd be an island up here, like sort of, like right there. Another one smaller, right about there. Sorry, I'm holding it like right in front of me, so I can't see very well. But around there'd be another island, like really down here, and it curves up, curves more, and there's gonna be smaller, somewhat bigger sort of dots in the lines. Imagine kind of like a bead bracelet. Some of the beads are taken out, giving it sort of these skinny sort of patches of just sand, and then more thicker grass cover with palm trees and all that. Sorry. There'd be a couple of, I believe, maybe like mounds of rock on this part, not this part, but not around the main part. They'd be kind of like cliffs at like 45-degree angles. You know? I don't know how it looked though. I'm gonna probably attempt this bottom island first, just to get a general reference for myself of what it would actually look like. But I believe it would be like a oval shape, the whole thing. I'm gonna cut to when I actually do that though. Yeah. Okay, so do the first one. I don't know if this is gonna be the final shape, but here's the back. It should be more sandy, since, well, it kind of go through here and part, and then stop right around here. Since the waves will be coming like this way, you know, making sand and all that. Sorry, I'm gonna set it back up. But yeah, it would look like this. Then there would be these lines of sand, pretty wiggly, you know, and then other smaller islands in them, and then connect up to a bigger one up there. Some more islands, and then sort of rings, a couple. Just let me draw the rest of it and I'll show you. Okay, so drew the sandbars, which are these. You see what I mean? Because they'd be coming in through here, like right here. Swoosh, going around a big ring, and then flushing out over here specifically. And yeah, so there'd be beach, like sand, maybe even rock beaches, like stone, through here, through and back out this way, from where the waves are crashing in this way somewhat and clashing in here. That's what making it, and just sort of making it wear down on this, and like some of this. But mostly they flow around due to how basically wide, thick, and like they're very windy, and they'd catch them before I actually made it in at all. So for the most part, in here it'd be pretty calm, so like a wave pool. But just imagine them at like the level 1, sort of. So light crashing waves, a bit of stirring up. You most likely see an closing habitat in here. So imagine sea kelp, tropical fish. What else? Probably lemon sharks? I don't know. It wouldn't be that hot, though. Like, I don't know. I haven't done the middle islands yet. There will be one right here, though. So, yeah. So, there'd be a mountain right there, like around in this area, and one down over here. They're gonna be very on this side. So, from here, they'd be over here. So, you get what I mean, right? Okay. I'm gonna cut back to when I actually draw the mountains. So, yeah. Okay, so drew the mountains. Hold on. Let me put it back up. The first one is over here. Like this one. I'd imagine it like, Mount Vesuvius. I don't know, the really flat one. That's like top. Blew off like a cork bottle. And left it very jagged, sort of lower than this one, which is quite tall. I'd imagine it like about almost 12,000. I don't know how big mountains are. Medium sized, really. Like it would almost touch the clouds, especially on a rainy day. Like if you climbed up here, there'd be a bit of snow, and it'd be kind of cold. Down here, it would be almost the same temperature as down here, maybe a little bit more temperate. Yeah, temperate. Also, the reason this looks like this because we're looking at it from here, so it's like a fish eye. So it goes and yeah, this is the top too. So yeah, there'd be some ridges and all that. But yeah, I'm gonna draw some detail on. I gotta draw the middle one. Okay, yeah, I will come back when I draw the middle one. Okay, I drew the rest of it. There's the middle island, right there. Let me let the camera focus. Yeah, looks like that. Also, the reason there's so many more lines now is because these basically represent where the water is sort of like deepening, like right here and down here. This is not part of this. This part specifically is the sandbar, I mean. Also, this part specifically is slightly shallower than everything else. So, imagine about being the deepness of a pool. It'd be like 10 or 12 feet. Over here, it'd be almost the length of 5 yardsticks down at the lowest point. Ever near the edge, it'd be about 36 to 35 feet. So imagine a pretty quick drop off past around here. So drop completely quite a bit. And then be a sort of bed of muddy gravel and sand mix that have kelp growing up from it down here specifically. There'll also be some down here, not as much, due to, well, I don't know really. Just imagine them kind of being the same. One would have a little bit more though, due to people, well, they'd throw, I believe, you know, honestly not. Hold on, let me think real quick. Okay, so I thought about it, and I know why I want to say that. People, like the people who would live there, like in villages, They live mostly around this part specifically. So, whenever they went and took a dookie, you know, you would fertilize, and the nitrogen-rich soil would seep through the sand and go into this one. That's why it's more fertile with kelp and more natural oxygen than this one. Since not a lot of people live over here all that much. Some people do, because most of the population and, like, say, a king would live here. Also, I feel like there'd be a sort of watch-out tower right here. I don't know how tall it'd be, but like a lighthouse or something. Yeah, a lighthouse. Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to add anything else though, but I'll think about it real quick. Okay, I've decided I'm gonna keep the design for now. I might add some stuff tomorrow, because I'm already kind of tired and I already had dinner. Yeah. I might add houses, but I'm specifically going to try to put them on a separate piece of paper. Or use a pencil, so I don't mess it up permanently if I don't want them there. I mean, just like one big area. So see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Bye.